Hello YouTubers, part 2 on this Surface Pro. Now that I've been using this all day, gotten the door somewhat stripped. I've given up and I brought out my soda ash blaster, which definitely is much faster, and still trying to make this Surface Pro work. I've switched to their coarse media on their pad, everything to make it as flexible as I can. They don't have a coarse media on a soft pad, so I had to use it's like a medium firm pad with the backer. The pad wore out. The pad wore out pretty quick, and I'm sanding areas. Let's just sand an area here and look real quick. Okay, incidentally, this is a relatively new pad. I've probably been using it for about 5 minutes. It's pretty much done nothing. It started to go through a little bit there. But let's look at another area I sanded. This is what it looks like when I've sanded the area with the Surface Pro. All the hype of it getting in the grooves and taking out the urethane and stuff like that, nah, not even getting in those grooves. I could try a medium pad. Maybe it's a little bit more flexible and it would get a little deeper. But I can definitely see, like especially down here, I could feel it. It's rounded out all these edges. I mean, this edge is almost completely gone. So I've sort of given up on it for any profile work. It does work very nicely on these profiles here that are bigger. But I don't get how people do detail work with this. Say, because and I should know better, right? It's a sandpaper. It's flat. It's gonna hit the high spots first. That's what a flat piece of sandpaper does. So all over here, I did hit it. I am hitting it with the Surface Pro first, and then using my blaster just to save some media, because it's Corona time, so I don't want to have to run out and get more media. But the other thing I noticed after using this all day, this switch is great. It's on the palm, turns it on and off, nice and light. I still love the weight of it. Two things. This piece that the vacuum goes to does not come off. There's no easy way to take it off. I think it bolts in there. But I was trying to pull it off. I don't want to break the thing. And this is annoying because if it would come off, it would give me another inch or so or two backwards. This should just stick in there under friction and come right off. And plus, if you notice, it would make the tool smaller and easier to handle without that piece on there. I don't know why they attach that piece on there permanently. Again, maybe the next version, this thing will come off, because obviously it didn't fit my vacuum with all the adapters they gave me, so I've been using it without the vac, which sucks. I thought I was through ever having to deal with dust again when I went to Festool. The other thing I noticed that I don't really like about it is this turns it on and off, but there's no way to keep this on. There's no lock. And my son noticed this. He was using it. He's like, Dad, this Festool is so easy because you just pick up the sander and you turn it on and you sand with it, and you can hold it however you want. On this one, you have to hold it on the back, which is where you're going to hold it 85% of the time. However, if you're up over your head or in a tight corner, you may want to grab it like this, or grab it some other way, and then you're not holding it on. They need a lock on this. They need a way to keep the thing on. Maybe they thought it's a safety thing. Hey, you let go and it turns off. But most of the sanders I know have a button here to turn them on, and once they're on, they stay on. And that's missing on this. And we kind of immediately noticed that. After using it for about half an hour, I went, hey, this sucks, because I'm over my head and I want to really extend that sander like this and get that oh wait, it's turning off. So it's not having a power lock on this is not so good. This thing staying on is kind of a pain. The media, kind of what I expected, it just wore out. I mean, the festool media compared to this, the festool media lasted about 6 times as long as this, and I just showed you I was sanding. It's if I put on a new piece, it will kind of go through. But this piece was barely used. I mean, I could clean it out, and you can see even the corners aren't, the corners aren't damaged on it. The edge, I haven't been sanding with this piece very much, and it's already gone. So, but that's it. Just want to give you a little update on it. Now that I've been using it all day. Again, I think it has its purpose. I like the tool. I think it's a well-made tool. It's light. It's easy. Cabinet, like kitchen cabinet doors, if they're out and you're sanding them, will get into that nice raised panel profile. But it's just not going to do tight profiles like this. I don't know. Maybe there's some magic, the guys that were able to sand like these wood carvings and get in there, but I just don't see it. So that's it for me. Thanks again. I'll give you an update if I have anything else to say on it.